It's like the car is talking to me. The car is talking to me.
Just put a 10 amp slow blow in there, it'll be fine. Some serious racing arcs happening there. Alright, Justin, show us what you got here.
Well, this is a dual resonance Tesla coil. This was designed by Eastern Voltage Research. Here there's a little bit of modifications that I made. I adjusted the decoupling capacitors.
Are those 942C series?
Yes.
Okay, they looked familiar.
These just go on the mains to help filter out any noise on the system. Inside the case I have the driver.
And that's what's making the noise.
Yep. The driver didn't come with any phase lead adjustments, so that's what this is for.
Okay.
Allows me to either delay it or add time to it.
What's in there making the noise right now?
The noise that you are hearing, I'm not actually sure where it's coming from. I'm going to guess maybe the MOSFETs aren't really mounted down to the board that well.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you push down on some of the board, it actually makes it stop. I did, if you can see that, add a little bead here, which is for common noise mode reduction.
Okay.
And then other modifications, just for fun, I made LED lights for the power fault and all that stuff to it. And then the bridge over here, the gate drives, I added an extra 10 ohm resistor to his original 5 ohms.
Okay.
And everything else is properly grounded. The CTs here, one is getting primary current, the other one's picking up the overcurrent detection.
Okay.
Right now the system's set to about 1,200 amps of primary current.
At what duty cycle?
Duty cycle, I think I'm running about 15 cycles right now, so about 15%.
Okay.
And that's being run at about 50 kilohertz.
Okay.
And if we ran this up with maybe a different primary tap, we could figure out what the actual amp draw of this thing's going to be. And see like if we're pushing 1,000 amps or even more.
Okay. So what else you want to show?
Yep.
What else you want to show?
For other stuff in the back here, we have the original board. He misplaced these capacitors. These capacitors were originally connected to the power, which it's supposed to actually connect to the IGBT, which is a CM300. And those I've reconnected underneath. It's in the same place, but that's something for him to figure out. And then you have the tank capacitors, which is rated for 9,600 volts at about 500 nanofarads.
Okay. It's a nice design too. I like how you did that.
It's all zip tied and took quite a while to drill all those little holes in it. But those have been holding up pretty fine. Those are Aerobox, I believe, or is it Aero? They are Arcotronics.
Okay.
And for those people that are out there, that company does not exist anymore. They have gone out of business, and there was a whole huge sale of these things on eBay. So, but that is pretty much the whole system.
It's a very pretty coil. It's nice.
Top load could be a little bit cleaner. That was made out of, I believe, 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 inch conduit.
That's 3/4.
3/4?
Yep.
That was bent by West Michigan Awning, and I guess they didn't have the right dies to make it all nice because some of it's kind of kinky. And then the rest of it is this copper tubing that I just twisted on using 24 gauge magnet wire.
It works.
Otherwise, the whole system works, besides it needs a better breakout. It's all this huge...
You need a knitting needle of science.
Big giant breakout point, which is highly unneeded. And that is the whole system.
Well, cool. Alright guys, check this out. I've got a thermodynamics stack pack plasma cutter, and it's got issues. So I'm hoping that the massive herd of awesome super techno genius guys that watch my blog, and girls, I know, there's a couple girls. Alright, check this out. Hoping you guys can help out with this. We got this donated from somebody who doesn't like us very much and likes to cause problems and likes to bring me things that don't work. But I'm not naming names.
I brought it with no guarantee.
Okay. It is a model PM6040. Primary volts 200 to 460, phase 1 to 3, amps single phase 44 to 19, 3 phase 21 to 9, 50-60 hertz. Secondary rated 35 amps at 160. The OCV is 305 volts, 100% duty cycle. Electrical diagram, pay attention, 4-2 delta 779er delta. Okay? That's 42D 779D. It was made by Thermodynamics in West Lebanon, New Hampshire, USA 03784. Now, that's what we know. Now, here's what we also know. It has a fuse, and is that unplugged? Okay. The fuse is located right here. And we did wire it correctly. It's been checked by half a dozen different guys, and it's really hard to screw up the power plug. Okay, we fired it up twice, and each time it immediately blows the fuse. Now, it's a little fuse, and it may be too small of a fuse. I think we're using a 2 amp fast blow fuse. And that's what it came with, so I'm not going to change it. I did, okay, because there's going to be like 50 people that are ready to, just put a 10 amp slow blow in there, it'll be fine. So, you've been there. These are the people that put a penny in the fuse box, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know why the house burned down, man. It's just weird. I don't know. So, it's broke. We don't know why. something's unhappy, and this is not, you know, a basic buzz box old stick welder. This is a plasma cutter. There's science involved.
It's a beautiful machine.
It is. It's nice, and if we can make it work, it would be a powerful tool in our use here at the lab. This is something we could really use the hell out of. So I'm hoping we can fix it, because I don't just want to see this thing end up on the autopsy table, which it will if we can't fix it. So I'm hoping one of you guys out there can fix it. And if one of you guys watching this can come here and fix this, we'll do a video on it. And this is the kind of thing people win Jolt Awards for. Okay, it's a thing. So let's do some research, let's sort it out, let's work together and see if we can get this thing working, because if we can, that's like a $2,000 machine. Okay, it's a big deal. This machine would make quick work of cutting that car apart. No problem. Okay, it's a plasma cutter, and they're just orgasmic to use. And Batman wants to use a plasma cutter.
Oh yeah.
And Batman knows how.
I know how.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
He's a welder type dude. So this could be a thing. This is your chance to help. So research this, and let's see if we can get together on this and make it work. I'll have more as it happens. All right, guys. Joe made this. It is a custom tool with a specific application. Now, the comment trivia question of the day is, what is this for? This is a very specific tool that Joe thinks we need. And I agree on this one. It's not something I really would have worried about, but, you know, he's stressed.
It's necessary.
It's necessary, okay. Joe says it's necessary. And one clue, it is not for beating the hell out of the vandals that keep spray painting the building.
Although it could be used for that.
I support this idea.
You'd have a good long reach.
You got a lot of anger, Joe. You got a lot of anger.
That could be for croquet. Yeah. Yeah. It's croquet mallet.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So comment in with what you think this tool is for. Anybody wins it, you get a t-shirt. There you go. First person who answers correctly gets a t-shirt, but I really don't think you guys are going to get this one. It's pretty obscure. Alright, so it's Sunday, November 20th, and we've had a couple little snows, but nothing major yet. So it's time to do the big transition. And I haven't really worked on Geek-Mobile Unit 1 in forever, not since the car got stolen. And the car was stolen, it was gone for over 6 months, and they gutted it. They totally destroyed all the custom onboard electrical stuff, all that jazz. It was all messed up. And this got smashed, so I gotta find replacement mirrors for a 93 MX-3, Mazda MX-3. So if anybody out there can help me get a pair, and like I wanna go, because I'll never match the paint job terribly easily, so I just wanna replace these with black or silver, but something. And I'm digging into it because it was all messed up. One of the things they did was they smashed out the back lights, so I just got cheap replacement lights, and these don't have the corner strobes. Now the car is wired for all kinds of special stuff. It had like 8 onboard computers, and that's all ripped out. So along the way I got extra corner strobes, and these are the really cool strobes we're using, and these are really neat because they're snap-in strobes. And you drill a 1-inch hole and you pop the thing in, little weather seal, and you're set. So I'm wiring up the corner strobes, and these strobes will be behind the amber lenses. So I'm putting lights on right now, and next up will be Siren, and Kidwell's working on doing the mod on the Siren so it'll work with the horn, with the air horn, because oh my god is that cool. So yeah, that's my project du jour. I'm working on this, so we'll have more on this as it goes. Hey Batman? What holds a headlight in?
Huh?
It's just these 2 bolts that hold the headlight in, isn't it? Well, no bolt there, that's a sliding mount.
Sometimes it just might be the whole fan dangling it in and out. Sometimes there might be something you have to lift on.
See if you can figure it out. Yeah, it looks like it just mounts in the back here.
It might have some underneath though too, because usually to change your bulb you don't have to take out this entire thing.
Well, to change the bulb...
Yeah, you just go right there, so they're not expecting any home, so you might have some mounts underneath too.
Well, I've had it out before. So
I remember on Clio,
Batman.
Anya,
I got a black, red, and white wire that pop into there.
Yeah. Does that mean you have a strobe?
I might. Yeah, that's way up there. I think there's a strobe in here. Give me a Phillips head screwdriver. I think I got a bulb in here. Let me see that real quick. I can't tell just by looking at it, but from the back, the wires tell me that at some point I put a strobe bulb in here. It's pretty cool if it's down this low. That's kind of neat. Come on out. I won't hurt you. I'll go sideways. Yep, there's a strobe bulb hidden in here. I don't know why I put a sticker on it to remind me that, hey, there's a strobe in there. Okay, well, that's cool. I gotta find the damn wire and where that thing goes. Alright, I got a strobe in that side. And if I put a strobe in this side, I would imagine I was smart enough to put one on the other side, but let's check just to be sure. Yep, there's no wire over here. Alright, I got strobes both front. So they took the back ones, but they didn't get the front ones. Probably because I didn't put them in the headlights. They were checking headlights. Got a hell of an oil leak out of that transmission. We got to take this over to the shop, that transmission shop we went to, and have them get a price on fixing that seal. It's been leaking as long as I've owned the car. We probably should get around to fixing it. Well, that's cool. I don't have to put them in the headlight housings, because I was not looking forward to that. That's tight. That one's tight. Alright, so where do our... there you are. That's a strobe feed right there. Goes through the firewall. Way down there. Okay, that's our main bundle, and that's the other strobe feed. It's a distinctive wire. It's a big fat gray wire. That's a strobe feed. I see those two brown ones, which I seem to remember went, yep, down there. See, there's our brown zip line. And that's our horn. That's our air horn. The speaker for the Siren. It's alright, speaker for the Siren, and the air horn right there. That's the speaker. So we got strobes and horn on the front. So that's that. I gotta get rid of a lot of power feeds, because they ripped out all the computer stuff, so I'm gonna clean it all out, start from scratch, let's get rid of everything we don't need, and yeah, we'll be back.
Oh, we got a plug. One of them fancy hair seatbelt indicating McDoodles, which is
Probably unplugs on the bottom of the seat. It's zip tied in place.
I'm noticing this. It's hardwired in. Public museum.
Public museum of where?
Looks like Grand Rapids Public Museum.
Wow, okay.
When was the last time you went there?
Never in this car. I bought this car in Casey.
That's all hardwired in.
No, it comes out.
Unless it's just hooked. Oh, it's just hooked under.
Yeah.
There we go. I was like, seriously? That's some BS if that was the case. Batman's wages of the day.
The real question is, why the hell is that in here?
I don't know. Probably from the previous owner, because it looks like you've never cleaned this car out.
No, I've had the seats out before. Like half a dozen times. There you go. Now, I haven't cleaned a car out in years, but now it's time. Alright, you want to do the other seat? Alright.
I don't really want to, but I guess I will.
You don't want to, but you would do it. And you do the other front seat, and I'll take out the back seat. Because if you think the front seats suck, you gotta try getting the back seat out. Alright, cool.
Barely tightened. I sure feel.
Do we have nice new bolts we can replace those with?
I can check the extra ones we had from the Anya project, see if there's any left over from that. See if they'll fit. Because they're both metricated cars, so we have a pretty good chance that they might work with each other.
Okay.
No guarantees.
There. Now we got a nice big workspace.
Now the car's just big enough for Batman to ride in. Hey, look. I think that's your
cigarette.
Camel.
Wow. Yeah, that's one of mine. Oh man, that's like 3 flavors of stale. Wow. Look at that.
Hey.
There was a time.
I'll give you $5 to light it up and smoke it.
Oh, you couldn't pay me enough to smoke a cigarette anymore. I took a hit off one at a party a while back. I wanted to do a magic trick, and I needed to take a hit off a cigarette to do it. I was going to vanish the cigarette, and I didn't even think, because it's like old habit, right?
Right.
And I took a hit off it, and if a cat had just shit in my mouth, it would have been better. Because I wouldn't even think it, because I smoked for most of my life. I didn't even think about it. I just... God! Oh, that's vile. Wow. I did that on purpose. That was a dumb idea. And yeah, so I don't do cigarette magic anymore. And I used to do a lot of cigarette magic.
Oh, except the one you make it float, which you don't have to smoke it.
You don't have to smoke it to levitate a cigarette. So that, yeah. All right. I'm gonna take out the back seat. So here, you take the camera.
I might breathe on it though.
Alright, here we go. Now watch, this is how I just take a back seat. You reach down under here. If I can remember this.
Okay, no dead hookers.
No dead hookers, see?
Then what?
Hang on,
That doesn't explain the dead hooker smell.
What is that? It's like, I don't know. It's a little viewy thing. Check that out.
Oh yeah, that's for like the little toy projectors.
I have no idea what it is.
Oh, I totally know. That's like a viewfinder, cheap version.
Yeah? Oh, hey, I found a hat!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice hat, too.
What kind of hat? What is
Old
it?
Navy.
Oh, I won't wear that.
Black stocking cap. Look at that. That's
Won't
a nice
wear it.
hat. I found a hat, Batman.
You can wear it. I ain't gonna.
I'll wash it first, but okay. I got a bit of gas hose for my motorcycle.
It's been a while since you've taken these seats.
It's been a long time. All right, now we're gonna take all this crap out. Look at this, Romex. Okay, my work has definitely gotten better. I used a piece of Romex. I don't even know what that's for, but I used a piece of Romex for something in here, and that's dumb as hell. It's weird digging into a really old project, because I did this car in 2003.
And you just kind of get that, what the?
And yeah, it's
what
like,
was
what
I
the hell was
thinking?
I thinking? Wow, I was dumb. Like, I don't even know where the hell this goes, but I got
It
a
goes
camera.
to a camera.
Yeah, it goes to a camera. Where's the other end go?
Well,
No
there's
idea.
a VGA cable right there, so I assume you had some sort of porn
well,
setup here.
Here, let's take this off. Shit. shit now.
Batman's daily wage.
Batman's wages! There's change. There's a lot of change here, too. Alright. Here, we're just going to leave that in there for now. We'll come back to that. Because I don't want to get sidetracked. Alright, now look, see all these feeds? Some of these we got to keep because those are strobe feeds.
Right.
And those are going to come out back here at the strobe unit. Now, if we look at the strobe unit, we've got 2 here and 2 here. So we got to figure out where the back 2 goes because this strobe unit only feeds for the cool thing is the power feeds in it. Because they stole the old strobe unit and I replaced it and they left the power cable and that's the part that I can't replace. So we got to get these all hooked up. But if we figure it out, we've got the switches here which are really poorly done. But I'll hope that the wiring holds true and then we don't have to figure all that crap out again. But in theory, if we just do some basic diagnostics and we sort this out, we could get the strobes working today. But we're going to need a pair of dikes to start with and we're going to have to get rid of a lot of just crap wiring that doesn't do anything anymore because the computers are gone and we're going to have to replace a lot of that stuff. And e-brake doesn't work at all.
No, it does a little bit. You got to pull it all the way back for it to get to work.
Yeah, that needs adjustment and replacement. Yeah. So, all right, let's get to work.
All right.
It's like the car is talking to me. The car is talking to me. She is so confused.
Mr. Kidwell.
What?
Teach us the finer points of crimping.
You got a side that it comes out of and an open side. On the open side there's a split in the top of the little ring that the wire goes
It's
through.
a little seam from the stamping.
Now, for an insulated connector, you're supposed to use these down here, but I don't like them. I like the one up here because you get a much stronger crimp. So what you do is you take the flat side and you put it on the same side that has the thing sticking out.
Okay.
Like that.
So the seam goes in the pocket.
Like that is exactly how it's supposed to be. If you look, you can see the split in there. So you're crimping in on the end opposite the split.
Okay.
All right, so that's your hammer and that's your anvil, so to speak. So as you're squeezing in, the ends are getting pinched in and then this side of the ring is getting deflected in.
Okay.
All right, so when you squeeze, and yeah, I'm destroying one of these, and you squeeze all the way down.
Okay.
And when you're done, it'll look like that. If you do it the other way around, the ends of your metal there will splay apart and they'll overlap each other and it won't be pretty at all. Let me hold it for you.
Cool.
This way it crimps down the way it should.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's get it done.
Should have crimped back more or stripped back more wire. I'm going to run out.
What are you doing, Batman?
Man, that sounds terrible. Are you all right?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get my hand in here so I can get the little rubber piece back in.
Batman?
Yeah.
You ain't got skinny hands.
I know. But I just got it in. So.
Yeah, you got it? All right.
Yep.
You all right there?
I just got to tape up the crimps over there, and we'll be fine if I can find my electrical tape. Which I probably just dropped. It's a good thing I didn't put the Panduits here like I was going to.
Or you be the winner of the connector lottery?
Connector lottery.
So, Mr. Kidwell, I notice you got a haircut.
Yes, I did.
Is that the winter haircut?
I got quite a few hairs cut. Actually, I got all of them cut.
Is that the Movember haircut?
It turned out that way.
You'll get your next one in May?
Actually, I was going to, well, when I was donating my hair, I was getting it cut every 2 years. So I would have a nice harvest to donate to either Locks of Love or Wigs for Kids. I did that because my father died of cancer, and I thought that was a nice way to remember him because he was always telling me, "Boy, it's time for you to get a haircut." My father would be best described as, the rooster from Bugs Bunny cartoons, Foghorn Leghorn.
Right.
That was him all over. Accent, attitude, concept, everything. Actually, I got that wrong. He would usually preface his statements with, "Boy!" That was his appellation for me. But in any event, after the surgery, my hair is not as thick as it used to be. The protein level, the protein intake I'm getting barely supports me, let alone growing a decent crop of hair. So I don't do that anymore. And I was coming out here to shoot videos, and well,
You just won't be purdy.
I want to be purdy for the videos. So I got my hair cut. Hopefully that meets with your approval.
Oh, I think you're dead sexy.
Dead sexy. Glad to hear it. Happy to oblige.
What you doing, Batman?
Taking off this nifty little box that happens to have the junction that I need from, really huge battery cable down to about 16 or 18 gauge, whatever you wanted for your run to your strobes.
It's got to be 14 gauge because it's a 15 amp fuse on it.
Right.
And since it's got a 15 amp fuse and National Electrical Code requires 14 gauge, we're going to run a 12 gauge wire. Because that's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah. Do you want me to close up your lights now? Because we got everything.
After we get that done, yeah, we'll close those
Okay.
up. That's end game.
Right, we want to make sure that everything.
I want to make sure everything works first, yeah. Because if you leave it open, it'll work. You close it,
It's not gonna fuck on.
yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
My left ankle is falling asleep.
Well, that's okay. It can have a little nap. You're gonna be there for another 2 hours.
Yeah, well, the problem, no, I'm not going to be here for another 2 hours.
I know you're gonna be done in 10 minutes, but hey.
He's got to catch the same Jello, special that.
Yeah.
At the home. It's
Like
out at the home.
I already got one phone call inbound right now, and I got math homework that I get to help Christina with because Christina is having an issue.
What's Christina doing in her math homework?
Putting things in, or solving for point slope form, graphing lines and such.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's what a graphing calculator's for.
Kidwell is a graphing calculator.
The problem she's having is some of her problems include such wonderful things as fractions. And that's just giving her all manner of grief right now. Because she forgets what she learned before, and when it comes to dividing one fraction by another, she doesn't remember what she's supposed to do. So, I get a phone call.
Honestly, Paul, if I had to divide one fraction by another right now, I'd have to use my cell phone. Okay, because, wow, I'd be on Wolfram Alpha in 10 seconds, because there's no way I remember how to divide a fraction by another.
You take the reciprocal of the divisor and multiply through.
Yeah.
So if you got fraction, a over b, and fraction, a over b, and equals, you go this times this equals that, this times this equals that, and there's your answer.
Okay.
That's how you divide a fraction.
That's how you divide a fraction. Courtesy of Mr. Paul Kidwell.
Division
right there.
is multiplying by the inverse.
Okay.
It's like... And then and quite often she runs into difficulties with keeping track of what the sign is supposed to be. She keeps dropping her negative signs.
Which daughter is this?
This is Christina.
Okay. Christina, just so you know, you should check out a thing called Wolfram Alpha. It's your friend.
It's wolframalpha.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was at least going to make her work for it a little bit.
No, she'd just come to me and say, Daddy, where's Wolfram Alpha? Show me. So it's like when I'm helping her with her math homework. Her friends don't like me helping them with their math homework. She had a friend over once, Rachel, as a matter of fact. And Rachel needed some help with her math homework. So I helped Rachel the same way I helped Christina. And Rachel said that she didn't like the way I helped with math homework.
Well, you're very mean, and you're not a very good teacher, and kids hate you.
I ask questions and make them think. Rachel wasn't really interested in thinking. Tuck that through first. Yeah. But I thought that was hilarious. So me helping Christina with her math homework, it's like, Mommy will just give her the answer. And she's happy with that when she just gets the answer. She doesn't have to work that way. I ask her questions and say, well, what would happen if you did this or that or whatever? And she'll get the answer. But it takes a little while, and by the time she's done it 3 or 4 times, then she knows how to do it. It would just be nice if Christina remembered to do it after a week or so the next time it comes up, because at this point in math, it's the same thing over and over and over again. They just say it 3 different ways.
Cut.
That foot was...
All right, Paul, shall we test it out? Here we go. All right, I'm flipping the switch.
Hold on, I want to get up front so I can actually see what's going on.
All right. I got driver's side front. Hang on. Batman, you want to hop in? You can flip switches. Yep, that's passenger side rear. And driver's side front.
Passenger rear, yeah.
Yep, let's check it out up front. All right, hit the other switch in the front. Yeah, we got a strobe head out here, one of the originals. But we've got both firing in the back.
Should we show them your pin's backup light too?
Yeah, hit the backup light. We'll get a look at that. You gotta have the car turned to on. Yeah. Oh yeah, you can. It's bright in here, so you barely see it. But yeah, there's a glow. Cool. Turn it off. All right, I'm gonna start putting the taillights back together, and we'll go from there. Huh?
So I'll start putting.
Yeah, you put the seats in. I'll put the taillights in. All right. Cool. Just put a 10 amp slow blow in there, it'll be fine.